Hey, everybody, welcome back to the Grooming by Rudy podcast. We are your hosts. I'm Rudy V, along with my son, Anthony Ray. And in this episode, we're going to be talking about 3 dangerous things you must avoid when grooming your dogs. Little hint, guys, this is going to be about clipper blades. And it's really, really important. You don't want to do these things. They're very, very dangerous. All coming up in this episode of the Grooming by Rudy podcast.
You're listening to the Grooming by Rudy podcast.
All right, everybody, welcome back to the Grooming by Rudy podcast. Once again, we are your hosts. I'm Rudy V, along with Anthony Ray. And guys, this is a really, really important topic here because all too often when we try to groom our dogs, it can be very, very dangerous. And if you're a professional dog groomer out there, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Sometimes our job could be absolutely terrifying because the worst thing that can happen is you hurt somebody's dog. You don't want to hurt somebody's dog, and that's the pressure of being a dog groomer. And in all reality, it's one of the reasons why a lot of people will either not choose this profession or they'll jump out of it real quick because, you know, they don't want to hurt a dog. And like I said, we're going to be talking about 3 things in this episode that are going to really, really help you if you're a professional dog groomer, or even if you're the at-home dog groomer, or maybe you're working on a neighbor's dog or something like that. You really want to stay tuned for this. But before we get into it, I have to say hi to Anthony. I haven't seen Anthony in a while, and he got a haircut. So
He got a haircut. Well, we took a long weekend. So Me and you are so used to seeing each other pretty much every day. So when we go like 3 days without seeing each other, it's really weird.
I love my son.
I love my son. Hey, I love my son too.
Anthony has a son too.
I do.
I have a little grandson.
We call him the Goosh.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
His name is AJ because he's Anthony Jr. and he's just a doll. You know?
We do it for AJ.
We do it for AJ, man. Our little grandson, our little boy.
Yeah, he's my boy. I love him.
And he's a good boy.
I'm always with that kid.
Yes. Anthony is the best dad in the world.
A lot better than you. No, I'm just kidding.
That's for damn sure.
No way.
That's for damn sure.
No way.
Yes. Yeah.
No.
Anthony is a much better dad than me. I'm sorry.
No, dude, your work ethic is like crazy, though.
I'm a hard worker. I am a hard worker.
I am not at all.
That I spoiled you.
I mean, did you though? I was working with you learning anyway at a really young age. It's like you try. No, you didn't spoil. You did spoil me, but you still tried to instill the work ethic in me. My body repelled it.
Kind of like it repels showers.
Yeah. My body just it rejected the ethics that you tried to instill. I knew nothing but work growing up at all. My mom worked, you were always working, and still found time to hang out with me. And it's like, how did I not grow up with? It must be the Sagittarius thing, I guess.
There's 2 things that Anthony's body doesn't reject, and that's Taco Bell and Netflix.
Taco Bell is a big one.
Yeah, and Netflix. Your body doesn't reject that very much.
No.
So
it's Netflix and like 10 other things now because that's just how the world is.
Yeah, but hey, man, listen. Enough of us. Let's talk about this because again, this is really, really important, guys. The number one, well, not the number one thing. There's a lot of dangerous aspects to grooming dogs. But again, like I said, we're going to be talking about blades. So think about it. Blades, guys, these things cut. So we picked these 3 things because they're probably one of the more dangerous things that you can do or accidentally make a mistake with. And that's why as professional dog groomers, we want to let you know how to avoid these things. If you're a new dog groomer out there or you're just a at-home dog groomer working on your dog, you really need to know this. So number 1 is clipper burn, okay? Guys, I can't tell you how often I have gotten a new client into my store and noticed the severe burns on the dog, on the skin. Like I've had people bring me their buzzed down dog that they just brought home from another groomer or somebody who had groomed their dog, and there's severe burns on the skin and like streaks, little streaks of burns all down the skin. This is called clipper burn, okay? And it's done when the blades get too hot. So yeah, you got to remember something. These are metal blades. They're stainless steel blades, okay, that are attached to a clipper like this, okay. This is the Andis XL 5-speed clipper, and it runs. Okay, so this little piece here, right? It runs back and forth rapidly when the blade is on it, like this, and you snap that blade on. This cutter is moving back and forth at like, I think this one is at like 4,200, I think it is. Don't quote me on it, but it's around that 4,200 SPMs, meaning like it slides, you know. So, you know, it's going very, very fast. You can hear that, right? Listen to that. And this is a 5-speed. It lowers in speed. Okay.
Such an idiot.
Anyway, you get the point. Here's the thing. I could already feel it warming up, right? Okay. Okay. Listen. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I have to do that for Anthony.
I snorted.
But guys, I'm being serious here. At least I'm trying to be. This blade is going to get hot. Okay. And when it touches the skin, it's going to burn the skin. Okay. Especially if you're doing what's called a shave down or a cut down. Groomers call it a cut down. If a dog is severely matted and you got this clipper running like that, I'm not going to do it again.
Yeah, don't do it again.
Okay. If you have this clipper running like that and this blade starts to get hot and you're in one spot doing this, right? Doing this on one spot, you are going to burn the skin. I have touched this sometimes and it's like, it's severely hot, right?
I've seen you sometimes, like when you touch it with your hand.
Oh yeah. So what you do is as you're grooming your dog, especially with a cut down, a shave down, where you have to shave off mats off of a dog and get right down to the skin. That's why it's very important. Don't let your dog get matted, because then the dog has to be shaved down. And everybody thinks it's easy. Like people say, oh, well, you just shave the dog down. Do you know how difficult it is to shave down a dog? It's very, very difficult because you got to stay on top of it, especially with the blade getting hot. You have to check that blade constantly. I'll be shaving the dog down, going like this, going like this, and checking my blade. And when it gets too hot, this is why you need clipper cool. You have to have a clipper cool. This is the Andis. What is this? The Andis 5-in-1. I like the 5-in-1 because it does a lot of. It lubricates the blades. It cools down the blades, and it disinfects the blades. So I like this one, but there are a lot of different clipper cools. Regardless of which clipper cool you get, you have to be able to spray down the blade. You have to spray it down as you're working on the dog. Technically, you're supposed to stop your clipper and spray down the blade. Listen, I have sprayed it while the clipper's running, but to play it safe, turn the clipper off, spray down the blade, and this product will cool down the blade like ice cold. It'll make it cold again. So you have to have clipper cool, guys, if you're going to be using a blade on your dog. Again, if you're a professional dog groomer out there, this may be, just you already know this, but if you're a beginner, be very careful, because in the beginning, when we first start grooming dogs, it's very common that you make that mistake. So clipper cool, clipper burn is one of the worst things you could do. You're talking about a vet visit. Okay, you're talking about severe burns to the skin. You got to cool down the blades. Okay, so that's number one.
It's one of the many reasons why, as a groomer, your head's kind of on a freaking swivel the entire day, because it's like got a dog on the table, right? And you're already worried about not hurting the dog. And then if you're shaving down a dog, like you were just saying, or cut down, you're focused on that. You're focused on not cutting the skin. You're focused on all those aspects of it. Not to mention you got 5 other dogs, 10 other dogs in the cage. Did anybody poop themselves? This is why it's always good to have an apprentice, because they can take some of this off your back. But
Sure.
sometimes the last thing you're thinking of is, are the blades too hot? I mean, if you were super focused on scissoring a dog's head, you're not thinking about it. I wonder what temperature the scissors are. It doesn't occur to you. You'd be surprised how many times the clippers won't occur to you either.
It's true. Anthony makes a good point. It's one of the reasons why a lot of dog groomers, they won't answer their phone during the day, because we have to focus. We really have to focus and remember what we're doing. If you got too many things going on and you're answering your phone or you're dealing with customers and, your mind is off of this very, very technical profession that we do. Okay. It's very, very technical, and it bothers me a lot when people make light of what it is to be a professional dog groomer, because it's very, very technical. All right. And then let's talk a little bit more about the technical aspect of it. Number 2, using the wrong blade on the wrong part of the body. Okay. This one's like really, really important, guys. I once had this ignorant person, I won't mention his name, but
but we know it's a he.
But we know it's a he. Okay. And he said the dumbest thing to me. He said to me, he goes, so what? You're a dog groomer? I go, yeah, I'm a dog groomer. He goes, so what is it like? You just use one blade and it does all, like a universal blade that does everything. It's like, no, you idiot. You wish it was that simple. Okay. There's 50 different size blades. Okay. Because in order to be a dog groomer, you got to be right. And I know who you're talking about. Yeah. You know who I'm talking about. Dummy.
For you guys, don't worry about it. It wouldn't make it any funnier for you anyway. It just makes it funnier for me.
But know that it's a good impression.
Yeah.
Was there like one universal blade that does the whole thing? Yeah, even the clippers, you don't even have to hold them. It does it all by itself. Our job is so easy.
Yeah, it's magic.
It's magic. It's magical. So no, truth of the matter is there are different blades for different parts and different usage of grooming a dog. For example, this is one of the very, very dangerous things. When you're doing sanitary clips, when you're working around sensitive areas like the penis, like the vulva, like the little sphincter, the armpits, okay, you only want to use a number 10 blade. Guys, stick to the 10 blade. Play it safe. At most, if you're doing a sanitary clip, maybe on a male, you can go a 15 blade. But that's it. I still recommend a 10 blade, okay, for sanitary clips, sensitive areas around the ears, matting, anything close to the skin, 10 blade, guys, okay? Because here's the thing. If you're using a 7 blade and you try to do a sanitary clip, so here, the blade I was holding up, this is a 10 blade, or it's kind of like a 10 blade, but the other blade was a 7 blade. This 7 blade is designed to just kind of do shave downs on dogs on the top part of the body. If you use the 7 blade on a sanitary clip, you are going to severely lacerate a dog's penis. Okay? This is going to easily poke right into a female dog's vulva, and you're going to cause a lot of pain. Okay. If you're using a 7 blade up in the armpits, you are going to gash them open. Do you understand? Do you see how dangerous this is? Well, one blade does the whole thing. No, one blade doesn't do the whole thing. Okay. So that's why you got to listen to us. We're professional dog groomers. We want to share all of the info and information the knowledge that we have. Guys, this is why I went to dog grooming school, and you learn this stuff, and you learn as you groom. And, Anthony and I, like we always mention, and we're not bragging or anything, but we have so much experience. Anthony, we have combined 55 years of professional dog grooming experience. And this stuff is very important to us. And it's important that we give it to you, because we don't want to see anybody's dogs getting hurt. We just don't. That we love animals. And nor do we want to hurt dogs. But guys, again, using the wrong blade on the wrong part of the body. For example, using a 7F blade to do a sanitary clip, using a 5 blade to do a sanitary clip. It's a big no-no. Sanitary clips, sensitive areas, inside the ear area, behind the matted ear, the vulva, the penis area, 10 blade only. Okay. So again, know your blades. 7F blades are just strictly for, topical use. The top part of the body, even maybe the back of the head a little bit. You got 8.5 blades. You have a 5 blade that's similar to a 7 blade, but it leaves the coat a tad bit longer. Then you got a 40 blade. It's like a surgical blade. They use that when they shave down dogs to do like a neutering or a spaying. They'll use a 40 blade to take dogs right to the skin. And on certain breeds, you will use a 40 blade. But again, there's not enough time in this video to talk about what all the blades do. So I'm going to stick with, if you're doing sanitary clips, 10 blade. 10 blade is going to be your safest blade.
Let us know in the comments if you guys want to see a full breakdown of all the blades we use. I guess that would be a pretty good video for our other channel, the Grooming by Rudy channel, which if you're not subscribed over there, go over there and do it now.
Do it now.
But yeah, we got lots of good tutorials over there. But let us know in the comments if you guys want to see that. That would be a lot of work, but that would probably be pretty useful for some people, just plain and simple, what blades do what. Because the blades are definitely very overwhelming at first, because there is no, as a matter of fact, I recommend a cheat sheet. It doesn't matter if it's corny. Put it on your wall in your grooming station area, a little tiny description of what each blade does, or at the very least, where on the body each blade is safe when you're first starting out. Even if you're just at home, you don't have to be a professional for this either, because you certainly don't want to hurt your own dog.
And they make blade charts. You can order a blade chart that has a picture of every blade and what it does and what part of the body it's used for. So you can look up a blade chart. But what I want you guys to also do is, if you're looking for good tools, professional tools, guys, Pet Edge. Okay, we want you guys to get on their mailing list. Go to petedge.com. Okay, because I've been ordering from Pet Edge forever. Guys, I've been ordering from Pet Edge since they were called, I think, New England Serum back in the day, back in the 80s when I started. And the one thing I love about this company is that they are a veteran company. They've been around forever, and they have amazing products. They have everything you need for the professional, for the novice groomer. They have, scissors, shears, the clippers that I showed you. They sell the Andis A5 along with every other clipper that you can imagine. They have wall clippers. They have, cordless clippers. They have nail grinders. They have everything, guys. So honestly, get on Pet Edge, their mailing list, so that you can get professional products, so that you're not using. We talked about that in the past video. Like, don't use cheap grooming tools. It's not worth it. Okay, for the extra money, and I understand. We mentioned this. Not everybody has a lot of money, but you might spend an extra $50, $100, $200 and get really good quality equipment that's going to be a game changer for you if you groom dogs on any level, whether you're the professional or the at home.
Yeah, see, Amazon is very useful for some things, even some grooming things, but it would be a good idea to at least join Pet Edge's mailing list, because they're a reputable company with a great catalog, and it's a little different than looking on Amazon. You got all the reviews and stuff like that, but there's a lot of the Amazon market. Well, it's not just Amazon. A lot of markets are flooded with like knockoff brands and cheap pieces of crap that might have a lot of good reviews, but they suck. And it's like you don't even know if the people using the tools are using them correctly. And that works both ways too. Somebody might buy a really good expensive piece of equipment and then review it and say it sucks because they don't know what the hell they're doing. So, at least if you get it from a reputable catalog, that you're not buying a piece of crap.
Right. Pet Edge, they sell to professionals, real professional dog groomers, competitive dog groomers. In fact, that's the kind of company Pet Edge is. It's a professional dog grooming supply company that you really should check out. You just should. So the third thing is we're sticking to blades here. So the third thing is improper setting of the cutter on the blade. All right, guys. So I'll show you another blade here. This is a blade that's pulled apart. Right? Okay. So this is called the blade comb, because this kind of travels through the coat when it's attached to your clipper. And this little piece right here, this is the sharp little dangerous part. This is called the cutter, okay? And this goes here, right? And then there's another spring that attaches to this that keeps that cutter on there. Okay, guys, I do all of my own sharpening. And the reason why I do my own sharpening is because I've had so many bad experiences with guys who have sharpened my blades because they're not knowledgeable. And I'm not saying every sharpening company out there isn't knowledgeable. There's a lot of good companies, sharpening companies on YouTube. In fact, I think they're called Sharper Edge, maybe. Really good. Check them out on YouTube. So if you want to see the difference between, your fly-by-night guy that's going to come by and call himself a blade sharpener, or, Sharper Edge, a reputable company who's at the grooming shows along with Pet Edge and going to all the conventions, these are the sharpening people you want to deal with. If you're ever at a convention, those guys that are there, they're the pros, okay? But what happened to me was somebody set this cutter way too high on the blade, okay? So I suggest that whenever you have a blade, run your finger like this. Run your finger up the blade like that. If you feel it catching any grooves or pinching, that means that the cutter is set way too up high. And that means it's going to make contact with the skin when you put it on the dog, and it is going to gash your dog open, okay? You are talking about a severe cut, okay? It's not going to be like an abrasion. It's going to be a cut, okay? So how you set that cutter on that blade is so important. If it's set too high, it's going to nick and cut dogs severely. It's sharp. It's sharp. I'm going to almost cut myself just touching it right now. That's how sharp these blades are. Although, if you set it too far back on the cutter, then it's not going to cut. It's not going to work. That's why you really need a professional. You need someone that knows what they're doing when they sharpen your blades to set that cutter properly. Okay? But I tell everybody, you're better off that cutter being set back far further and not cutting a dog and having the blade go, hey, this blade don't cut, than it being too far up and now you're gashing a dog open. And I've seen it. It's happened to me. I've gotten blades back from non-reputable sharpening people, sharpeners, and gash a dog open right away because I didn't check the blade. So always, whenever you get your blades back, especially after they've been sharpened, what I recommend people do is when you first get your blades sharpened, when they come back, test them. Run your finger like this on it. Make sure you're not feeling any pinching or that cutter poking out. Move it and work on a less vulnerable spot on the dog at first. Like maybe do the outside of a pad. Don't go straight for even with a 10 blade. Check it. Make sure it's not nicking or anything like that. And God forbid it is nicking. It's better to nick like a pad than it is a penis.
Plus, remember, too, what you were demonstrating before with the per minute, that the blade's going back and forth like this really, really fast. So it's like, what do they call that thing? A pendulum?
Yeah. Yeah.
Where it's like, so it's not just one cut if the blade it's set too high. It's many, many cuts because it's going like this.
Yeah.
So it's very dangerous. It's very scary. You have to be, we don't mean to scare you out of anything, but these are the facts that you should know.
Yeah. And this isn't about scaring anybody. This is about things that I've seen, things that we have seen. I've been doing this for 42 years, and believe me, we're going to do a show on some of the worst things that I have seen and in the future, but I have seen severe cuts simply because somebody didn't set the cutter right on a blade, and some groomer just popped it onto their clipper, and boom, and it happened so quickly. There's no taking it back, okay? There's just no taking it back. You got to bring the dog to the vet. So you want to avoid this, guys, and this is just 3 things, and that's all we're going to talk about in this particular episode. We're going to talk about more dangerous things in future podcasts because we want you guys to keep your dog safe. That's it, plain and simple. We want to give you all the information we can because we love animals. We love dogs. We want to help you out. So let us know. Please let us know if this video helps you out. If it does, leave a comment. Please leave a comment, share it, and let other people know, okay? Because it's just that important to us.
And grooming leaves no shortage of dangerous things to talk about and do's and don'ts and all of that. So
yeah, absolutely. There's no shortage of things that have occurred. And again, we're going to do a future video on some of the things that I've seen, and I've seen some really horrific attempts at grooming that have caused some really bad problems, and that's the purpose of this particular show today. And we're going to talk about. Listen, you have to talk about the problems, because if you don't talk about the problems, then they just repeat themselves, right? So why not just have a heads up? All right. In this episode, we definitely covered, clipper blade, the clipper burn. Have your cool lube. Okay. Check those blades. Touch them onto your skin every time you're working on your dog. If you feel that it's too hot, you spray it down. Using the wrong blade on the wrong part of the body. Again, 10 blade sanitary clips. Stick with that 10 blade. And the improper setting of the blade cutter. Make sure you're using a reputable sharpener. Okay, a guy who sharpens your blades. Make sure you're using somebody you trust, or do it yourself like I do.
All right, that's going to wrap up this episode, guys. Thank you all so much for watching and for the overwhelming support on the podcast. We both really, really appreciate that. You guys have really been crushing it lately, leaving comments, all the likes. Thank you guys so much for the overwhelming support. And if you like this episode, don't forget to like this episode. You could also go over to our other channel, Grooming by Rudy, and like and subscribe to us over there. We have lots of great grooming tutorials there for you. And as we told you earlier, definitely check out petedge.com. Join their mailing list. Use our promo code Rudy5 at checkout to save some money there. They have a lot of great grooming tools for you guys to check out and use that we recommend. So definitely go check out petedge.com. And thank you guys again so much for watching. We'll see you in the next episode.